Welcome everybody to Forza Motorsport, and today we're taking a look at the 2001 Aston Martin V12 Vanquish. So yeah, we've not had this car for a while in a Forza game, so I jumped at the chance to review this car. So it's produced between 2001 and 2005, with 1,492 being produced. It was subsequently followed up by the more powerful V12 Vanquish S, which was started production in 2005. So for a year you can get either of these cars, but then the V12 Vanquish S was only the model you could get from 2006 to 2007. So yeah, but this is an absolutely gorgeous car. I do love the look of it. Just a shame that this new showroom on this game isn't the best, because there's way too many shadows to show off the true beauty of this car. But yeah, looks absolutely gorgeous, and yeah, also has a decent amount of practicality to it for a car of this type, as you can see in terms of the boot. And then you got the interior as well, which should hopefully let me go in, or maybe not. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, this game is a little bit finicky at the moment with the way that everything works. Not sure why nothing's even showing up in terms of the prompts. But yeah, hopefully you can see it in terms of the interior. It's pretty nicely done. Good deal of space. Not sure if there's any rear seats in this one, because it was sold as either just a two-seater or a 2+2. But yeah, then you've got the massive engine in this car as well. You've got a 5.9 litre V12 engine producing 460 horsepower and 400 pounds-feet of torque, which is a fair decent amount. And to keep that power under control, it's got disc brakes all round, as well as a 6-speed automated manual gearbox. Basically flappy paddle in that regard. So yeah, but still a glorious looking car. This was also featured in the James Bond film Die Another Day, which unfortunately is the worst James Bond film as far as I'm concerned. And yeah, it's a great shame that this gorgeous looking Aston Martin was used in that film, although quite frankly it was one of the few bright spots in that film. But yeah, just a shame it wasn't used in a much better Bond film. But still, let's nonetheless get out onto a track and see what this car can do. Right, so we're going to take this car around the Silverstone Grand Prix circuit. So yeah, this should be a pretty nice circuit to show this car off. So like with the well, it's going to start whittering on. Come on, it does this at the start of every track that you start up in that you've not gone up in before. So yeah, like with the Forza Horizon series, I will go around this this track partly before talking. So yeah, let's see what this car sounds like, and then we'll talk about it some more. So yeah, this is no sports car, which is more emphasised by the fact that how much it weighs than anything else, at 4,110 pounds. So that is obviously quite a lot. And even though it does have those disc brakes, they are working overtime to try and keep the car under control. But yeah, this is more of a Grand Tourer, and it is pretty much the ultimate Grand Tourer in a lot of ways. It's, you know, it's weighty, it feels very secure, feels well built, and yet you've got quite a lot of power as well under the hood. So yeah, which doesn't translate to the quickest of acceleration times due to the amount of weight that this car has going on. You're talking 0 to 60 in 4.7 seconds, 0 to 100 in 10.8 seconds, and it'll go to a top speed of 188 miles an hour, which is Still pretty sharpish in comparison to some cars from today, but yeah, it's definitely a product of its time where, yeah, weight and all. Oh, was that the right way? Yes, it was. Sorry, first time going around this circuit on this game, didn't realise where I was going. But yeah, still, it's a product of its time where it didn't really have much in the way of lightweight materials being used or anything like that. It was just purely about the luxury and the looks and using the biggest engine possible to make up for the fact it weighs 1.5 tons, or well, more than that obviously, literally, but still, it's a very weighty car, but it's a very good car regardless. I love the sound of the V12 engine. Yeah, completely naturally aspirated, no tricks or gimmicks or turbochargers or anything like that ruining it. It's just a very, yeah, amazing sounding engine. Revs are nice and high as well, as you can see, getting up to nearly 7,000 RPM, which is pretty good. And yeah, even though it does weigh a bit and roll around a bit as well, it's still more than controllable through the corners. As you can see, it's certainly not trying to step out on me or anything like that. Will say one thing though, the gearbox is a little bit on the jerky side. It's more emphasised when you can just go in the interior. As you can see, it's quite jerky. I think that was kind of the problem with the Vanquish S as well. Although I am surprised that version of this car isn't in this game instead of this, given the extra power that apparently had. That apparently had an extra 60 horsepower over this, while the suspension and the brakes were far more track orientated than was with this car. But I am pleased that we do have a version of this Vanquish in at all. Like I said, it's been a long time since we've had this car in a Forza game, Motorsport or Horizon, and yeah, I've always liked this Vanquish, despite its association with a god-awful film. So yeah, it's well worth getting if you've not got it in this game yet. Some people will probably completely miss this car, because they'll probably no doubt hone in on the far newer vehicles, especially the ones that are new road cars. Never mind all of the track cars that are newly added to this game, but still, it's well worth trying out, especially if you're into your, your older British cars, which I am. And yeah, it's just really, really nice to listen to it. It's a really nice sounding V12. So yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say about this car, really. Ooh. Apart from the fact that if you stick it on the grass slightly, it will step out on you. But yeah, that's all I've really got to say about this car. I know it's a little bit of a random car to choose as our first review for this game, but like I said, always wanted this back in a Forza game. So when I saw that it was in it, when going through the car list myself, I immediately bought it. Didn't care whether or not I had the credits to spare or not. I just bought it as soon as possible. So yeah, thank you anyway for watching. We've got plenty of other cars to review on this game. We've got a couple of Corvettes, and we've got at least 11 other cars that I've found that we can review due to them being able to at least see the engine, some of which we've never had before the ability to do that with. So yeah, I'm looking forward to driving them at some point. But nonetheless, thank you for watching, and I'll see you with the next one. Bye.